Reid, and this is Donna Reid Talks Voice. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss functional singing.
A lot of you are out there watching all kinds of YouTube videos and you're getting this information, you're getting that information. What's true? Is this true? I tried this, that doesn't work. That seems to work. I don't know. The most important thing to remember, the most important thing to remember is that everybody is an individual. Now you're all saying, duh, yeah, of course we are. But I mean, really, you cannot follow a set of exercises and say, oh, my voice is going to get better because I'm doing exercises 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, what if those exercises don't work for your voice? What if they work for that voice, but they don't work for that voice? What if they work for me, but they don't work for you? So it's very, very individualistic. When you see me teaching on a practical level, you're going to see that I do something different for everybody that I work with. Even if we had two people who were clones and they looked exactly alike and they had the same physiology, their psyches would be different. You can't teach them the same way. That is the one thing that I find amazing, that we don't understand that when it comes to voice. Everybody's an individual. You can't give the same exercises to one that you would give to another. Okay, my late husband called what he taught functional vocal training because it has to do with function. How is the voice functioning? How is it actually working? Not what do I think it needs to do as a teacher. I'm going to make you make the sound I think you need to do, or I have some theory in my head, or I use these exercises that work for maybe 99% of people, but it doesn't work for that 1%. Functional, what's happening at the moment? What is functionally going on? So I change things up all the time. Another thing about singing, as you sing, you need to change things up all the time. Not everything is in the same place. Not everything is approached the same way. An oo vowel cannot possibly feel like an ah vowel, or an e vowel, or an a vowel. An oo vowel high is not going to feel or sound like an oo vowel low. Let me show you an example right here. I'm sitting at the piano, right? You hear the piano, right? You hear that note? And you hear that note. They are two completely different sounds. It's the same C, right? Low C, high C, different sounds. Now those two sounds, they sound pretty similar, don't they? They're two different pitches, of course, but qualitatively, that's very different. Now, qualitatively, that's tremendously different. How do you get there? Because the difference between here and here is a difference. You may say, oh, that's about the same quality, but if that doesn't change, then that won't change, and that won't change, and that won't change, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. It's the same with the voice. If every single half step is not doing something slightly different, you're never going to get an octave and a third, 2 octaves, 3 octaves. You're never going to change enough to get what you need to get the sounds you need to get. And that's only pitches. I'm not even talking about intensity. That's going to change everything as well. I'm not even talking about vowel, which I mentioned earlier. Vowel is going to change everything as well. In other words, my main point is that when you sing, things should be changing all the time. Hopefully, with this introduction, it'll start to get you thinking in a very different way about how you personally sing. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot at you. You could rewind this and listen to it again and again and again. And I'm repeating myself, but it's very pertinent. Once you start hearing me work with people, you'll see what I mean on a practical level.
Thanks for watching Donna Reid Talks Voice. Today, we talked about functional singing. In the next episode, I'm going to debunk the myth of breathing. If you have any questions for me about this episode, please visit my website and click Contact.